Yes, on the subject Don just brought up, back in May you had a meeting, you had a bigger position to hire that position. Sarah was resigning, she had to leave. The discussion went on, she got up here and for a while described her position, project management, construction management, financial accounting were some of the main areas. Don wanted to advertise for 60 days. You guys are in a hurry. You're going to hire it right away. 2 weeks later, you advertised in the paper. The very first day of that advertisement, you got an application from a person with an MBA. You got another application from a person who was a CPA with construction experience. You also got a contractor with a bachelor's degree. None of those people were contacted. Somebody said in that May meeting, the reason you wanted to do it right away and you didn't want to advertise for 60 days because people don't wait around. You got to grab a good applicant when they happen. I remember all that stuff you said. Then in the June meeting, you started dragging your feet. Oh, well, maybe it's not that important. Of course, those applicants were already in. But nobody on this board discussed any of those applicants. You didn't tell them. You didn't tell them who had applied, what kind of applications you got. Maybe you got better ones than those three. I don't know. But the fact is, you never contacted him. I went into the office to see Bill, asked me when is my interview, because I was one of those applicants. And he said, oh, well, we have Heartland in the workforce. He gave me some around there. Then I brought it up in the June meeting. Why were you dragging your feet? You claimed you weren't dragging your feet. Here it is 3 months later. Could have done the 60-day advertisement that Don wanted. And you're still dragging your feet. What's going on? Why haven't you hired someone?
I thought I just explained that, but,
No, it wasn't a very good explanation. It sounded like a runaround to me.
The feedback that we received was that you and others as the public wanted to ensure that we allowed enough time to get good applicants in. So there has been, we advertised that position several times. I believe it's still out on Heartland Workforce and the website as well. So I'm not really sure I'm following what, it sounds to me like you guys were concerned about the urgency of time. Taking that feedback in that meeting, we had some discussions with Sarah. We found some other solutions. We bought some additional time to make sure we find the right person for the position. But you're back here again saying that we're not taking your feedback or doing it the way that you would like us to do it.
The board voted to make this a rush item. Advertised until filled. They wanted to hire right away. There's no denying that was the sentiment in the May meeting. You had to hurry. Sarah had to leave. She couldn't stay indefinitely. Blah, blah, blah. I don't understand. You haven't contacted any applicants? It doesn't make sense because that went against exactly what you said in this meeting. If we get a good applicant, they're not going to wait forever. That's what you said against him. Wanting to advertise for 60 days. Now the whole thing has changed.
Well, I think that the argument about the 60 days was simply to give us the flexibility. Just like you mentioned, we should have had more time. We wanted to have more time. Our understanding at that time was that there was a sense of urgency. Some of those circumstances have changed, and we've discussed that at both the June and the July board meetings to give updates to the board and the public. And it seems like the sentiment from the public had been that you wanted to ensure that it was a proper amount of time and that we found the right candidate. So I guess I'm not following it. Circumstances change. I don't disagree that we were concerned about Sarah leaving in a period of time that we didn't have coverage in the office, and we have since basically worked out 2 different solutions that are working well. It does not mean we don't have an intent to hire that position, but it affords us the time to make sure that we do it the right way.
The board voted to rush it back in May.
don't think anybody is bored.
I never heard you vote again to say, let's take our time, let's back up.
No, we were in a,
Do you agree that you got some pretty good looking resumes?
I think we have some good resumes.
So you can just wait forever on those?
No, we've had other circumstances come up that, Bill has been out of the office to go to site visits out of state. There was a death in his family, vacation time scheduled for various persons involved.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
I thought I mentioned all of those things, but any other public comments? Seeing none, we will call the meeting adjourned.